There it goes.
And we are there.
Oh, and we have
people
Gail
in the house. Hello, Gail. Good
Hi,
morning.
Gail.
And there's APG Jamie. There's my friend Jamie Lynn.
She's got her Art Joy of Sharon shirt on.
I do.
She does. One of the things I love the most about Jamie is she gets in the spirit of something and she just rolls with it.
Yep.
I do. I
I
can't
love
help
that
it.
about you, dear.
I can't help it.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we get to talk face to face.
Well, thank you. It's very good to be here with both you, Peg, and Shell.
Yeah, we were just saying that we don't get to see people's faces often enough. There's Ann. Good morning, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Gail and Ann are very excited.
There's Barbara Clark. Hello. We got people starting to come in. Yeah, we're just getting started here. There's Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Yay, yay. Hello, friends.
They're typing in caps. That means they're excited.
That's good. I'm excited too. I'm excited to have you guys here with us. I'm excited to be a Monday and, rolling with art and doing all that kind of stuff. I just grabbed some stuff out this morning. I was up bright and early and I was doing my daily pages. I'm trying to do the daily thing, but
you're doing awesome.
Hey, Nell. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Nell. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Debbie.
Marcel and Debbie Cork is here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wow, lots of people are coming in. I guess they've got the notification that it's going to be on.
This is wonderful. So wonderful. So, and I that's the thing I love about community. I love the fact that we all meet one another this way. We greet one another this way. And it's important that, we support each other in the arts, especially at this time. We have all been hunkered down and staying at home. And, it's really been a good thing to have community that we can share with. So I don't know. Jamie?
Ma'am?
I was thinking this morning about just how long I have known you.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going back to, you remember, what was that streaming thing that we used to do long before YouTube and Google Plus and all that?
It was Ustream.
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Yeah. I wasn't not on Ustream. I was just a viewer over there.
I think we used to hang out in the groups, when we were watching stuff.
Yes, we did.
Over on Ustream, didn't we?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Been a couple of days.
Up you.
What's that? It's probably I think Ustream has been gone for probably 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. I don't remember Ustream at all, so I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I was there.
Well, Ustream was what we used to use before Google Plus and YouTube. And it used to be free, but they had commercials that were just horrid. And so you could pay something like $3 a month and get rid of the commercials. But then, they saw the big dollar sign on the wall and they wanted to get in on the money that YouTube and everybody else was making. And so Ustream all of a sudden wanted to start charging all of us. And that's
exorbitant amounts.
Yeah, big amounts.
Exorbitant amounts.
Bye, Ustream. Thank you, YouTube, for being free.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
So that's why we say thank you, YouTube, for being free when we get frustrated with it. It goes from way there.
Yeah.
It's still free.
Well, and I tried a number of different ones. Like I tried Vimeo and a few things like that. But YouTube really ended up being my choice. Well, and the whole Google Plus thing was so bad. I mean, we used to try to hang out in Google Plus and it was terrible.
Yeah, that's where Peg.
You had to have the earbuds and the.
Yeah,
It was awful.
I agree.
First watched Dee Dee there, yeah. And we were watching Patty over there, Patty Tolly Barish, and Paula.
And Paula, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're saying is I'm just a noob.
Well,
I've only been here. I missed all of that.
Paula is the one that got me art journaling. Period. Because
You know,
she was art journaling queen, journal artista. If you guys don't know Paula, check her out.
yeah, I agree. It was Journal Artista when she had broken her ankle, and she was couch arting. Yeah, bless her heart.
That's what you got to do if you break
trouble with her ankles.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, you know, the thing about community is, you know, Jamie, Lynn, and I were hanging out in those art groups way back when over there. But, you know, you recognize people no matter what platform you go to, you start recognizing people. And you start saying, oh, yeah, there's so-and-so. And, oh, look, she's in the chat today. Hey, how you doing? You know? So it's kind of cool.
Consistency is good. And I'm so bad at names. If you change your name, I have no clue who you are. Or if somebody calls you by a different name than your ID shows, I don't know who you are.
I have that same problem. It takes me a long time to learn. If your name isn't what your name is, like for instance, Messy Table Studio.
That's good morning, Vicki. Miss Messy, yeah.
Hi, Vicki. I know that now.
Yeah, and Sherry, and you know, we saw Margelle, which is Shelley Studio. I mean, you kind of have to start associating some of those names, because if you don't, you go into these chats and it's like, do I know that person?
And some people have multiple accounts and they post comments with different accounts, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm so and so, but I can't make the connection.
No,
without actually knowing the person or having some other thing to associate.
Yeah.
You know, I know their art style, or I know, or I've been in a swap with them or something. I can't make the connection.
Yeah. Well,
I feel bad about that. I feel like I should know people a little bit better, but what can you do? So it's good that it says their name
too, you know, because we've all gone through different things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like Vicki was doing the quilling, you know, and the rolling up paper stuff, and now she's into doodling, and it's like, so if you didn't know who she was, you might not put the two together.
Right, definitely. Yeah. Welcome, Arlene. People are still rolling in.
That's great.
I'm glad you're here. Does anyone need xylophone?
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
That's how I always know it's you, Jamie.
Yeah, I know. My husband will watch me sometimes. I'll go to bed. Well, we both have insomnia issues from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's like he forgets how loud I am. I'm just naturally loud. I'm not yelling. This is my normal voice. And next thing you know, I wake up and I'm like, why am I in the other room? Just like, turn me down.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love your sense of humor. I love laughter that you bring. You know, you always put a smile on my face, whether it's the tiara or your little xylophone or whatever it is you're doing, your beautiful shirt that represents, you know.
On behalf of our joy of sharing.
Yeah.
It says that. We should get a shirt, Peg. We don't have a shirt.
I know. Well, I haven't been out shopping anywhere, so I need an orange one for sure.
They are easy.
Oh my gosh.
A makeup wedge and a stencil and some acrylic paint.
Yeah, I made plenty of shirts. I just haven't made one that says Art Joe sharing on it.
Well, and as long as I've watched you, Jamie, you are quite a crafter, lady. You do a lot of different things. Do you have a comfort zone or a specific style that you claim as your own?
No. I can't commit to a style. Uh-uh. I like everything. I used to quilt all the time, but because of the wrist issues, I've had carpal tunnel surgery on both of them and an ulnar nerve over here. So if I do this for too long, it really hurts. So I can't quilt anymore. And I can't crochet anymore because, it's the same thing. And I can't draw for long periods of time. I can't do anything for long periods of time, repetitive things.
Yeah.
So I just do everything because we always did. When I was a kid, we always did. My mother was a crafter artist. She studied in Paris, and we did everything. There's let's see what. I don't think there's anything I haven't done, either when I was a kid or now. I'm like, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that.
There's anything I haven't done either. This is the same thing. When you're provided, I think a lot of this would come from that. When you're provided as a child things in which to create with, and you have the inclination, you just develop into someone who does that sort of thing. My family did it. My mom did it. Everybody did it. I had things available to me when I was a kid, and I just never stopped making things.
I just always did. My siblings, not so much. I do have a little sister who never could finish anything.
Mm-hmm.
She just is one of those that couldn't finish something. And that's okay, because I think that's okay. And I don't think it has to have a purpose. If it makes you happy here, what does it matter if it collects dust? What does it matter if you give it away?
That's the greatest purpose, is to make you happy.
In here, that's it, to make you happy. If it's not hurting somebody, what does it matter?
Every once in a while, I have to just go through and get rid of a bunch of stuff because it does start to collect. If you don't give it away or sell it, it starts to pile up.
It does.
Well, I have gone through the phase thing, like there are different phases that I went through. Like when I was doing the lamp work beads, I had all that equipment. I'm done with that phase. I had to get rid of it. I went through the basket weaving. I'm done with that phase. I got to get rid of it. It's like, I think we all go through these different phases of crafting, and then the stuff just kind of overwhelms.
It does. Now I've found if I get rid of a tool, I end up in about 2 years later, I want to do that again. And then I'm like, but I don't want to go buy that again. Like I really got rid of that pasta machine maker. It's like, darn, I should have kept that. They're $40 now instead of $20.
Yep.
Yeah, I got mine, I think, from a secondhand store. I think I paid $3 for it.
Ooh, nice.
And I was lucky to get it when I did, but I can't remember the last time I had it out, but that's one thing I haven't gotten rid of. Because I always think there's something that I can run through there. I was talking to somebody just a week or so ago, and I said, well, don't you have a pasta machine? I can't remember what it was about, but it's like,
everyone does.
Tools. I am the tool queen. I love my tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching something, speaking of tools. I have a big die cutting machine, which I hardly ever use, that Big Shot, right? And I was thinking, it's so big and heavy, and it has to have a place to live. And then I was reading something online, and somebody was using it as a printing press. The heck that I didn't think of that. Now I'm keeping it because
well, not only that, you can flatten stuff out with it.
Yeah.
You got spoons or something that you need flattened, it's like run it through there.
Yeah.
Never
It's
thought of that. So
It's
now I see that
excellent
it has multiple.
for toilet paper tubes to flatten those out.
Mhm.
Oh, perfect.
Didn't never think of that. Now I know. I'm not going to get rid of it, even though it's big and heavy and in my way. And I sometimes set it on the floor and then I kick it
Oh,
when I'm walking past and it hurts me. I like the big dumb thing. But
put
I
it under
only
a
was thinking,
bathroom
guys. I
cabinet.
wasn't thinking.
Put it under a bathroom cabinet.
Oh, there's too much crap under there.
Well, I do have out in the garage, I have a couple of plastic tubs that are dedicated to tools that I do not use often,
Well, that's
that I
smart.
don't feel have to occupy my space in here. And when I need one of those tools, I know where to go look in the tub to find it. But I can't part with those tools yet. You know, it's a tool.
Yeah, it's a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi,
I've got
Marie.
tubs of stuff. I've got my paper making tub. I've got a resin tub, which, by the way, I did in the 70s. I did the resin thing in the 70s. So that's
It's back.
and paper making, soap making, yeah, all that. Yeah,
A true dedicated crafter.
I love it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I have not done the lamp work. I've never done that, but I know because of my issues. I know it's something I won't even get into because I just know it will hurt. I already know it'll hurt. Hurts thinking about it.
Yeah.
Gail says,
And I'm going to apologize right off, friends. My internet is still not working well. They're supposed to come out today. We'll see if I get any better service, but I apologize.
Oh, I have a torch, Gail. For the pourings, I got the little torch to heat out the bubbles when you do pourings. So
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, you're pretty regular with creating. I saw what you did in that last video with your cute little book that you were making to send out in your Happy Mail thing. I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have a regular practice, or what's it like for you in your crafting space?
It's in a separate building. Well, it's behind my house in its own little building. And so I come out and do whenever I want to, usually when my husband's at work. And I piddle out here. I don't really have a practice. Well, that's not, well, yeah, I sort of don't have a practice. I just come out and goof around whenever I want to, whenever it strikes me. I do swaps and stuff like that in some of the Facebook groups. And I have my own card lottery once a month. I send out, I call it a card lottery, but it might be a tag, might be a cluster. You never know what you might get. And I do send that out. I used to do 10 people a month, but that got, so now I just do 6. A little less expensive, and I do that, and I usually record them. I pretty much always record those, but I have new videos go up on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time, and I'm live on the 3rd Thursday of the month. And I've been doing that 4th Sunday live with the Mary Altier. I've been doing that. And sometimes I just come on with friends on StreamYard. So, but regular, no, I'm not regular person. But I consider myself average among my friends.
I'm reading comments here. Vicky's saying she did resin in the 80s.
See, Marie Schwab. Hello, darling.
Marie said she got a card.
Yeah.
Piddler, their new name for crafting. Piddling.
Yeah, piddling.
I always consider that the same as peeing. So
Oh,
that I piddle.
well,
Don't
I do have
piddle
a
in my
restroom
studio.
out here. I have a restroom, so I can do that too.
Mhm.
So, okay, we were talking about Ustream and all that. When did you decide to start doing videos?
After Dee Dee and Eileen and all them got to harassing me about doing videos, I guess it's been 6 or 7 years I've been on YouTube, I guess. I don't really push it a lot. And for a while I had a online stalker, so I didn't push it at all online. And then they finally got removed from the family. So they left me alone after that. So
Well, you know, our friends do kind of push us into some of this stuff, don't they?
they do. They
Yep.
practically double dog dare you.
Triple dog dare you.
Yeah, that too.
Michelle, did you see Vicky?
She says it's an interchangeable term. Piddle is an interchangeable term, apparently.
Okay, good.
Well, you guys with puppies, you know all about it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
And Barbara says it's a good Texas word, piddling.
It is. It's like y'all.
And Debbie
Y'all
says
are a multi-purpose word.
in her country, there's a river piddle.
Oh.
Apparently, a whole river named Piddle, which, like I said, it's something to do with water.
Well,
I'm gonna
what
have to
country
look
are you
that
in,
up.
Debbie? Not that I'll remember, but what country are you in?
Well, she's somewhere in the UK. I can't remember if she's in.
Scotland?
We're waiting. It's lag.
Yeah, it takes a
That
minute.
seems interesting.
But I'm gonna look that one up. That's interesting. Yeah.
So she probably never would say piddle as in piddling around with crafting, or piddling as in going to the
No.
bathroom on the floor, like sometimes the dogs do.
Well, but
Yeah.
I think she's probably got some very interesting words for things.
Or even just
there.
pronunciations of words that are very different than American English.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
aluminium and garage and tortoise.
Right.
That's right, Arlene. Y'all is everything.
Nell
And for
says she
us
gets
here
the
in
piddle up on her
Texas,
phone.
any soda pop is a Coke. You want a Coke? Yeah, I want a Sprite Coke.
Okay, in the South. Okay.
Yeah.
In the South, yeah, that's
So y'all would work there because she's from the South part of the UK.
Yeah. Yes, it would. I've got a few
In the South.
UK how to say y'all.
Oh, she still says
Oh.
piddling on the floor is still a word though
Ah,
in South. It's
magenta.
interesting.
One of my favorites. Magenta.
You've been at this whole streaming, YouTube, whatever, for a long time, and we have people that are just starting to join our community and just starting to experiment with things. Do you have any suggestions for them?
Consistency. If you're starting a channel, just be consistent on what time you go on, as much as you can be consistent. Because I know some people, it's as you can do it. But yeah, consistency.
Well, and that definitely is me, because it's like I'll put something up when I get something ready to go up, because I'm not good about consistency. I'm really not.
Yeah.
It used to be really good until 2020.
Yeah, that kind of blew a lot of things out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it up every other day at 7 a.m. every other day, sometimes every third day, unless I was in a hop and someone else decided the time. But now I'm just like, if I could put a video up,
Yeah.
I could do a little happy dance, because I just can't get it together.
Well, and if you can do it on a regular thing, people grow accustomed to that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they're watching you as they're washing their dishes or folding clothes or something, because a lot of times I think, well, for me, I'll have people on my box right here while I'm doing stuff because they are my company in the room with me. And I can stop and I can look and I can laugh and I can chat, or not chat because I do a lot of lurking anymore.
Yeah.
No.
I don't get involved in the chat because
that's the like here where we have the chat. That's great, but a lot of times if you're watching on a television set, you don't have a way to chat,
Right.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's nice to be able to sit in your easy chair and have it up on the big screen, but then it's not as personal. Hey, Nancy, good morning.
Yeah.
Well, my kid was just complaining yesterday to me about how hard it is to type anything on the TV. Like if you want to use the YouTube app or you want to use any, we were talking about Discovery Plus coming out because all the shows that I like to watch, the home shows and the all that stuff, cooking shows are all going to Discovery Plus, which means now I got to pay money. So I was complaining to him and then he was like, oh yeah, and also you have to try to type things in on the TV, and he says you need to have some type of a keyboard. They need to make like your remote have like a little pull-out keyboard or something because you can't chat on the TV. You can't. It's even hard to turn on your, type in your passwords and all your stuff. It's annoying. Yeah. Well, so now that everything's going to a streaming service instead of
have a remote on my phone for some of the applications, television, it doesn't work for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I can use the remote.
Well, that I need to figure
frozen
that out.
again.
It's like I wanted to sign into YouTube because I wanted to watch something on YouTube about archaeology on the big screen, so I could sit in my recliner. And it's like I gotta type it, and you're going, you're picking this one, and you're picking that one with the. Oh, it's awful.
Dot. There's my letter. Oh wait, I went past it. Yeah.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Well, see, we have Roku, so it will hold our passwords. Roku does.
Mm-hmm. I have a Roku, and I need to switch over to using it more. It's it's on a different source on the cable or whatever.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out ways to work it better.
I was talking to somebody last week or so, and they were talking about on the Roku that you actually could chat on YouTube if you had the Roku.
Well, you can see the chat on the TV, but to do chat, you have to do it on your phone or on your computer. But you can watch chat, which is annoying.
It's nice to watch it.
When I went on the Roku yesterday to turn on that archaeology show, it had this option where you could use the app on your phone to log into it. And that led me to believe that perhaps you can interact with your phone on your TV through Roku, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't find my phone. You know how it's like I'm searching for the device, I'm searching spin, and it didn't ever find it. But if they could do that, if they could hook up those two devices, so that would be good.
Well,
you can tap on your phone.
Yeah, because see, Roku's a platform and YouTube's a platform, and they're not owned by the same people yet.
You might as well say that. Instagram.
So,
Well, it's difficult no matter what you do, because I was trying to get a video of my grandkids up on the big screen for my husband to watch yesterday because he didn't get to see them at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to cast from my phone to the big screen, and it's like, I got to remember how to do this.
It's not easy. Remember, sometimes it doesn't work. The TV doesn't see your phone, or your phone doesn't see the TV, or you're just making it more
complicated. Next door to the neighbor's house.
Yeah. You can get their Wi-Fi on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, and Vicki, I think that happens sometimes. Like I was trying to watch on my television and use my phone to respond to YouTube, and when I would type something in, it would freeze the video on my phone.
Same internet, same Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So it was doubling your buffering issue. Yeah.
And I already have an issue. Y'all know that. So
I think my issue's okay for now. I had terrible issues for a while there. So, but they brought out a new router and that seems to have taken care of it for now.
well, I see when we had the derecho storm come through, all of my cables and everything were just on the ground. They have never replaced any of those wires or anything. All they did was they came and took a hook and hooked it up on the side of the house again. So this stuff could be damaged from last August. I don't know.
You could have just a simple crack in the line is enough to mess things up.
Yeah. Well, and it was on the ground and it was raining and it was, who knows what infiltrated that line.
It's corroded in there, I tell you.
Yeah, probably. Just like me.
Yeah.
Creaky joints.
Maybe it's got some nice copper wire in there that's patina. And if you could just get that wire out, you could use it in your art.
Oh, hey, if they do come out and replace it, ask them if you can keep the line. They usually don't care. Usually.
So, Jamie, is there anything that is really tripping your trigger right now? Something that you just can't wait to start doing or making?
No. Because anytime I want to just do something, I just go do it. I know sounds like a cop-out, but it's true. If I want to make a tag, I'll make a tag today. If I want to paint a picture, I'll paint a picture. Because I've got all that supplies. That's why I'm a collector. I have pretty much what I want. I like words.
Yeah.
I like words. I have a whole box of words. Lots of words.
You do.
That's a lot of words.
I thought that box was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love this box. It's my friend. And I've got other words. I've got store-bought words too, because I do like words.
Yeah.
I'm a poet,
You've alluded to that.
Yeah, I'm a poet.
Is there a big story behind that?
When I couldn't afford art materials, I got into writing poetry. It's another form of creation.
Yep.
So
it is.
I have lots of poems. What do you want to hear?
Tell me your favorite.
I don't really have a favorite. I got two over here. I've got one right here and one right here. This is kind of a new one. I think I wrote it last year, 2020. It's called Bones in the Yard. I'm going to let y'all see the book. Some days the sticks in the yard look like bones, and in a way they are. Empty bones separated from their beauty of green or yellow or red and orange or any assortment of shades between. Bones lost from the life of the tree, parts that have disintegrated into nothing or were saved for nothing by the hard ground. Bones broken from their existence for whatever reason they left, an unwillingness to bend in the wind or weakened and fell from injury of bugs or disease. Leaving nothing but old brokenness that slings out from under the mower, those bones refusing to be put asunder. And even after what seems to be forever, they simply will not be made into a part of the compost heap. So they are raked into their own craggly, gnarly heaps and forced into bags. Bags that in the end will relent and let the gray-brown bones jab through or all the way out. Out back into the sun they poke, searching for a life of reason. But unlike the leaves that become soil and the pollinated seeds of future forests, they will not be anything except old bones fit for a fire, where they will hiss and pop and beg of mercy and bitter memory, flickering from the tips of the flames in smoke into nothing apart from bones in the yard.
That's very good. Very good.
That's a really deep one.
That
That's
is.
lovely.
And I didn't realize it, but it's kind of the same lines as this piece. I don't know if y'all see. I love this one.
I can't read it because it's.
Can you see the texture? There's really nothing to say. Texture. Evidently, I'm into being broken. From the brokenness to mold and reshape into something new, not to replace or fix that which was before, but to create a new wholeness in spite of what was before. As long as there is a shimmer of life, cracks can be mended, fashioned in a mystery of their own beauty. And then we can welcome with amazement wholeness from the brokenness. They're not all about being broken.
Yeah, well, my favorites were always the short, sweet ones that I tried to teach the kids, you know, like Shel Silverstein kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Too many kids in the tub, too many elbows to scrub. I just washed a behind that sure wasn't mine. Too many kids in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few rhymers, but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Gail, I have actually been published online several years ago, and I was number 5 in Poetry a Day, which is a month of April every year. You write a poem a day. It's kind of a challenging thing. And I was number 5 in that in 1 year. That was back in the 1900s. Was it the 1900s? I don't know. Early 2000s. I don't know. But no, I'm not really thought to be published because it's like doing art. It's because I want to. I like to do it. So I do. That's funny. I picked 2 broken poems, wasn't it?
Well, it's what's speaking to you right now. So
Yeah, things seem to be a little broken, but that's a whole different subject.
Yeah, that's it. That is for sure. So I imagine with writing that some of your favorite tools are probably pencils and pens, huh?
I like pencils and pens, office supplies. It's like art supplies. Well, actually, I can find art supplies anywhere I go. Mm-hmm. Hardware store, junkyard, doesn't matter. Salvage yard, whatever you want to call them these days.
Yeah,
it's all fair game. Walking down the street, chunk of plastic, it's fair game. It's usable. Somehow, some way, one day.
Well, one and day. I like to think that we're putting it back to use. You know, when I pick up something out of a parking lot or off the street and turn it into something else, I feel accomplished that it didn't just go into the bin. You know, it didn't just get tossed.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's why I have so much treasure behind me.
Don't we all?
I must keep it. One day I might need it. No, I'll know it's in that bucket right there.
Well, I just know that when I get ready to part with some of my treasures, I can send them your way and they'll have a good home.
They will have a good home. I have buckets. They make nice homes for stuff. And I gather my stuff in baskets too when because I have a filming schedule, you know, which helps being consistent. If you track out, well, I think I want to do this, you know, video, and then you write it down, and then you gather your stuff for it in a basket or a bag or whatever. And it makes it easier. You can go like, oh, well, today I want to do this. And you just grab your basket and then there you go. So.
Well, one of the things I want to thank you for is being consistent with Art Joy Sharing, because, you know, when I put a call out to people, and I'll throw this out there for all the people that are here watching, I put a call out to people, you know, that these are the things that we're thinking about and the things that we want to work on. And wouldn't you like to come and join us and be part of the community and do all this fun stuff with us? Jamie has been consistent. She's right there doing it with us. And I want to thank you for that, Jamie. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate the ideas and the general, because you put out, well, both of y'all, Shell and you, put out these generalized things that you can pretty much fit anything you want to do within that category. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do an assemblage, you can make something within that category. More or less.
Yeah.
You make it work. It'll be all right.
That's what we try to do. We try to put out things that can spark your interest, but that are not so specific, that don't say, do this now and do this with this,
Right. Right.
Here's an idea, try to play with it, that type of a thing.
Yeah. I tend to be rebellious when it comes to do this and do that.
Yeah, I rebel.
Yeah. When you get, when I was a kid, we would get little kits, and they'd tell you to paint it this color and paint it that color. And I'm like, I don't want that color today.
No.
Yeah, not going to do it. I'm that way with classes too, because I signed up for a year-long class. Who's it with? Let me check my notes. Art Walk Academy through Mystic Spring Studios. And the first thing the lady did was watercolor, and I'm like, but I don't like doing watercolors.
I'm going to do that with acrylic instead. You can't stop me.
So I did not use watercolors. I used they do move. I used Distress Oxide inks, and I'm very happy.
Yeah,
very happy.
Oh, very cool.
My favorite part is the candles. Ooh,
look at that! I saw that and I love that. That's beautiful.
It's not my line drawing. It is the instructor's line drawing that I traced out, because I don't do animals very often. I've done some, but not really. But I'm like, no, I'm not doing watercolors, but I'll do the pencil stuff, and I'll mix media it up. So I did. And I'm glad some of the other people in the class are starting to post some of their work too, because some of them are doing watercolor. And I love watercolors. Don't misunderstand. They're beautiful. I just don't get much joy out of doing them, so I really don't.
Well, I think it's like anything. You have to practice with a medium. I did not do much watercolor just because I didn't know much about it. And, Shell and I have both been pushing for some more watercolor of late. And it's entirely different than mixed media and working with acrylic. It's like it's backwards.
It is,
what we do. So you have to wrap your head around that.
Yeah. I've got some real life, flesh and blood people here in my town, and they do amazing watercolor stuff. Some of them, a couple of them have work in Smithsonian even. And it's just like, no, I just don't like it. I'll play with y'all. When we're playing with it, I'll play with y'all, but no.
So. Someone new just popped in.
Well, Terry joined us. I want to say hi to her. We also have Patches.
But I just want to encourage Patches to please post your pick a stick. There is no judgment in Art Joy of Sharing. There's not going to be anybody who's going to hurt your feelings or criticize you. If they do, we'll kick them to the curb. So please feel confident to post. Please. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's in their own space. And no matter what you made, we love it. We already know.
And everybody started from somewhere.
That's right.
Everybody started from somewhere. There are very few naturally talented people that can just pick up a paintbrush or a pencil or whatever tool and be amazing at it the first time.
Gotta
It can
practice.
happen, but it's very, very rare. So
Well,
everybody started from somewhere.
I keep telling everybody I do a lot of practice. I keep doing a lot of practice because that's what I do.
Practice. Doctors practice. They don't say I'm a doctor. They say I have a practice of
Oh, I
doctor.
hope they practice.
But you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's an evolving thing every day that you have to do every day.
Mhm.
Just find what you like doing and do it. Unless you like me and you like doing everything. So do everything.
Well, I am kind of like that. I keep telling people I'm eclectic and I hop around from one thing to another. I'm never just on one thing. I mean, even when I try to do a month-long something, it's not just one thing.
Right.
It's all mixed up
Right.
because that's the way I am, all mixed up.
I like it all.
Her name is Elaine. Welcome, Elaine. That's my aunt's name.
I have a cousin, Elaine. Are you my cousin?
Are you my aunt?
It would be funny if they was both to that, right?
Mika looks very happy in your lap today, Shell.
She's just feeling really needy. She wants to cuddle, I guess. I don't know. She wanted up.
My
Now
Molly
she's
gets like
doing-
that sometimes. She'll get like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll cuddle.
Yeah, I'm good with it. They're over there on their couch. It's really my couch, but they use it more than anybody.
Well, she's got a bed under the table, like one of those little ones with the bumpers around and everything. It's cushy. She usually lays there when I'm in here. And then when I go to the other place, she goes to the whatever spot. Today she just wants to be on my lap.
So, Jamie, for those that don't know you real well, can you tell them what your channel is and how to find you and where you are socially and all that?
I wrote it down. Let me find it. I just had it. Where'd you put it, Peg?
Gosh.
She ate it.
Good morning, Carla.
Oh, there you go.
So, okay, wrong way, that way.
You did write it down, didn't you?
I did. I'm going crooked though. There we go. Screenshot. On YouTube, I am APG Jamie, and it's APG space Jamie. I don't know if that matters.
and
On
listen for the time.
Yeah. On Instagram, I'm APG underscore Jamie. On Twitter, I'm at Artist Poet Girl. Because that's what I started as, but everybody just started calling me APG Jamie, and I'm like, yeah, that's shorter, absolutely. And I do have a Facebook page, which is Artist Poet Girl, aka APG Jamie, because I'm all about the APG. So, and that's really I don't Twitter much. I'm more inclined just to tweet out that I'm going live or I have a new video. Instagram, I do share pictures, not necessarily every day. I'm not that good at promotion, self-promotion, not necessarily,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're either going to watch me or not, and I'm okay. I'm glad you do. I'm very glad you do, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Well, remind them again when your times are when you go live.
I have new videos on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm live the third Thursday of the month at 10 a.m. I've been doing the fourth Sunday live hop with Mary Altier. I think I come on at 6 Central Time. I give everything in Central Time because that's my zone. And sometimes I just come on with other people because they're like, you want to come on with me? And I'm like, sure. Sometimes, especially now that internet's much better over here at my house. I can do that more often.
You're a busy lady. You keep it up there.
I was real busy the last week of the year. We did a video hop. I think I had 2 lives. Oh, because I was live New Year's Eve. That was it. I did that. Painted a new shirt.
Hey, everybody needs a shirt.
It came out well. Yeah.
Hi, Lori.
Not this one. This one's an old one. I'm so glad y'all are here. Makes me happy. So I do all kinds of stuff. I make journals. I do art journal pages. I do what they consider fine art. I don't know if it's fine art. I like it. I have fun with it. Tags, clusters, whatever. I'm pretty much game for it. So
you are. I that's one thing about you, Jamie, that I have noticed is that you will try things. Even if you don't think you're going to be successful, you'll try it. And I give you a lot of credit for that.
Thanks. It's just paper. I mean, most of the time it's just paper and stuff you've already bought that will go bad. It will go bad if you don't use it. Acrylic paints go bad. They get all because they're plastic. I mean, they're essentially plastic. So they're going to congeal up and all that stuff. Inks are going to dry up. That's what they do. So you might as well use it. You already paid for it.
That's not true.
Different. You're going to put it in the recycle bin after you make something, or it's going to sit over there and go bad and you don't even get to use it. It's the same thing, right? And it might make somebody else very, 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 very happy. Because if you don't want it, send it to somebody. I'm sure they'll take it and they'll love it. Because our community is that way.
Well, yeah, they really are. And once I've made something and done with it, if I put it in the mail and send it off to somebody and somebody tears it apart and cuts it up and uses it for something else, I'm happy, because I did my thing, right?
That's right. That's right. I get the joy out of making it. And if I do a video, and I get the joy out of sharing it with others to help inspire them to do it, to give them courage to do it, to, excuse me for saying, to piss them off so that they can do it better than I did, that's fine. That's all. But I mean, because I know we've all felt it. I'm honest, if nothing else. I tell you what, I can do that better than you did, girl. But that's kind of the whole point of sharing is to instigate, to provoke you, to inspire you to doing it your way, not my way, your way.
Right. And if I use orange and you decide to use green, I'm fine with that,
That's right. That's right. Because it's what speaks to your heart or your mind, if you want to be logical about it. That's right.
I'd go further than that. I'd say I prefer you use the color that you want and not copy me. I mean, I'm there to show you how to do something, and then I hope that you do it in your own style instead of trying to make it like mine, because everyone has their own style you develop. So
yeah.
If you like green and you don't like orange, please do green.
Well, and see, I think a lot of that is they're afraid that they can't do it as well some other way. So they want to do it exactly like you did because they like yours. And that's okay to use that as a jumping off point because you can do it your way. And chances are it's going to be better because it came from you and where you are in this moment in your arting ability. And it's going to be completely different because it's yours.
Yeah.
I don't have any experience that Peg and Shell have. We could be all similar ages from the same town, and it's still going to be for the same family. And your life experience is different because I view from here, they view from there. And you're all the same way. I mean,
yeah,
it's a life experience. Everything in your life will come to your work in one way or another. Even if you don't want it to, it'll be there.
Yep. And that's
Sherry
what
said she wants to play in all of our art rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody has that fantasy.
Bigger
I don't care what I have here. If I go to Shell's or I go to Jamie's or I go to whoever's, it's all about, oh, look at that.
Look at what you got. That's right. Can I touch that?
Yeah.
I've been to some people's houses, and I was like that when I went to CB's house, Carol Boudreaux. I was like, can I touch that?
I know.
So, yeah.
I know. I had some people here not too long ago, and they came down, and it was like, woo, and then it was like, I got to go home and do that.
It's like, well, you better take a picture because you're not going to remember.
It's just so funny. It's so funny.
My space is always pretty much a mess and full of dog hair. Which, I don't mind people coming in, but there's dog hair and there's dust because I don't dust.
Yeah, I was up on the top shelf yesterday, and let me tell you, it'd been a while since I'd been there.
Yeah. Some of my stuff up there is in the same place it's been since my first video.
Oh, boy.
But that's okay. I know it's up there. And one day I might want that specific thing.
So I know you said that you do pretty much what you want to do whenever you want to do it, but is there a craft or an art that you would like to do that you have never done before?
I don't, truthfully, I don't know that there is one that I haven't done other than the glass lampwork beads. Because I've done glass work, I've done pottery, ceramics, oil paints, watercolors, acrylics, sculptures, assemblage, paper stuff. What else is there?
I don't know. I'm
not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm truly not.
No. We've been around a long time, and as crafters, we started out as little kids, and you just keep experimenting with everything. I'm right there with you, Jamie. It's like, what else is there? And as crafters and artists, we kind of look for those things that we haven't done before, and then find a way to incorporate it into what we're doing. I hadn't done much with the resin until recently, and I had to do it.
Yeah. See, I did that when I was 10 years old. I had got a resin kit for my birthday or Christmas, one or the other. And so I've, that's not new to me. I've done embroidery, crewel work, quilting. I've made clothes. I've made Barbie clothes.
Gail wants to know if you ever hooked a rug.
Yes, I have hooked a rug. I've never knitted. And I won't try to do that now with my wrist, but I've never knitted because my mother didn't know how, so she never taught me.
I learned the basics, and that was enough for me. Mom said knit and purl, and I did it, and that was it.
I've done some tatting, I've done tatting. I've made jewelry, and I really don't know much of what I haven't done.
Yeah.
I can think of.
Well, I think about some of the older crafts that, you you and I have been around a while. Some of the older crafts that we did that seem to be coming back that you see people doing, like where they were doing the Christmas trees where they folded the pages of the book, or they were taking remember we got the plastic bags and we were cutting them into strips and then you were tying them on the wire to make your wreaths and all that. I saw that stuff coming out this year. It's like, we did that 90 years ago.
Now, Gail is asking about traditional rug hooking, not the loop kind. I'm going to have to say no, Gail, because I don't even know what the difference is.
Is she talking about
patches? I have done encaustic and I have done weaving and macrame too. I mean, how could you live in the 70s and not have done macrame?
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I was teaching because macrame came back a couple of years ago because the kids were making all of those bracelets out of the macrame knotted stuff, and they were selling it at Joann's. And so I went and got all the stuff and took it to the grandkids, and we sat and knotted bracelets because they were back.
I've done leather work too. Made Mexican belts and all stamping this stuff. And
well, what are you doing? Who was it? Tandy used to have those leather kits. You can get the Tandy leather kits. You remember those?
When Tandy Leather was downtown here in Houston. So and because I did Cub Scouts for 11 years. I was a Cub Scout leader, and I would go down to Tandy and beg them for leftover leather bits. So
yeah, we got to make keychains for those papas for Father's Day or something, So.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think once you've done it all, then the next thing to do is start combining it. And that's what I like to do. Like, can you mix this thing with that thing? And what I learned over here applies to this thing, and I can mix it with that. And that's what I love about mixed media, is that you can use everything together, and there isn't anybody standing over you saying you can't.
That's what I love about
mixed media. Do it anyways.
I agree. That's what I love. If I want to use plastic key stickers on a chain that I sewed to this piece of cardstock with a piece of wire with collage cutouts and glossy accents or glitter glue, I can put it all in one thing.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. I don't have any fabric on it, but
hi, Josie.
I had this dream last night of something that I now want to do because I dreamt about it. I remember when I was a child, I think I was probably maybe 8 or so. We had this friend, and it was my mom's friend, and she set up this big batik dyeing situation in her yard. And she had all these big vats of dye, and then she had the hot wax, and she had the cotton material, and she was making designs with the wax and then putting them in the dye. I mean, it was a big production.
It is.
Now I want to do that.
I've got a friend here, Marilyn, and she does that. She does it on silk. I've done it with my art and friends on watercolor paper. We do the wax on there, and then we sprinkle I'm gonna say magicals because I don't know, whatever brand dyes, you sprinkle on there and you squirt it. We've done that, and that is so fun. It's just because it's just like crazy. Yeah, I'll draw all that.
Well, they used Carol Duvall had that gal on that used to do the silk dyeing all the time.
Yeah.
And, it was so gorgeous.
Yeah,
just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'll probably do some of that with paper because I know I'm not going to set up a big dyeing station, but that was so cool. And I was just barely on the fringes of it. And now I think I wished I could do that.
You can use the wax like that on watercolor paper.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do something like that.
The sprinkle, the magicals, whatever.
Brush
iron off the wax like you would with the fabric. You just iron it off on newspaper print. Paper, not newspaper, but newspaper paper. Not printed paper. Yeah.
I believe I have actually done that sometime in the past, but it wasn't recently, so you can always bring it back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even just with white crayons, just, inexpensive crayons, you can do a form of that on paper
Mhm.
and then sprinkle
Yeah,
on your.
any kind of resist is always fun, I think.
Yeah, I love resist, any kind of resist for sure.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get down yet?
Well, I don't have any more questions for you, Jamie. You got anything you need to share? Get it off your chest?
No, I don't want to take my shirt off. I wear it for all my art joy of sharing videos.
Yeah, and you are good about tagging them, so they can probably find them with the tags too.
Yeah, I would hope so. Cardstock is my favorite surface. I could say that. I'm looking at my notes.
Well, I might have glossed over something that you really were dying to tell people, so I don't want to cut you short here.
No, you didn't. You said one of the questions was, what are your favorite tools? Cardstock. Because as you can use it for watercolor as long as you don't rub on it too much. It's doable. It's inexpensive.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Vicky's talking about her resist is resisting housework. I too do that resist.
Yeah. I don't dust.
What's the point? It just comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those things, I was afraid that the guy, when he comes to look at the router, was going to get up there on that top shelf, and I really had to dust it.
It's
Just had to be
done
done.
in Arizona. I mean, I could dust it and it would all be back the next day. So I just don't.
Yeah, in Arizona, because which I must say is a beautiful state.
Thank you.
I've never been to big state yet.
We like it. Yeah.
Come on up. Come on up.
Yeah.
Come on over.
I'll holler.
When the pandemic's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, when all this fun is over.
Yeah.
Jamie, I'm so glad you could join us today. I appreciate you spending the time to talk with us and our audience, and get to know people a little bit better.
Thanks so much for having me, because I just love you guys.
Thanks.
We love you too, honey.
And
we're always grateful for our audience too.
Hi, Josie. People are still coming in, so you guys are going to have to go back to the beginning and watch it from the beginning.
Yes, please do, because you just never know what Peg's going to say.
Oh, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you, people. We are so glad to see you. Remember, we will be back on Thursday for our normal Thursday morning live. And I think we're doing one Friday with Susan, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be around a couple more days this week yet.
Yeah.
And hope to see
Don't
you there.
Forget to thumbs up.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.